Alright, I just want to show you a quick demo of using Google Drive and then Canva for creating your blog-ready images, particularly for sharing on Facebook. This goes with a blog entry I have on Pulse Informatics. It'll probably be shared on my Matthew Moran Online site as well. But here's how we go about creating images using nothing but a free utility, or a couple free utilities, one of those being Google Drive. If I go into Google Drive, I can go into Google Slides. Now I can create it in Google Images as well, but I kind of like working with slides. When I go into Google Slides, the presentation, what we want to do is we want to set our image size appropriately. So to do that, once the image is done loading, all I need to do is, come on now, there we go. Alright, so I'm not going to use any pre-built template. I'm going to say File and Page Setup, and go here where it says Page Setup. We don't need widescreen. I'm going to go to Custom. Now it shows inches as your default measurement. Change that to pixels, and as it says in the article, at least 600 by 315, but let's do 1200 by 630 for high-res devices. Click OK, and there it is. There's our image, ready to go. So now I'm just going to delete this. I don't need the header. I'm not creating a presentation. I'm actually creating an image. And now one of the things I've done on another screen, but I'll just drag it in here, is I'm going to take an image with the WordPress logo. And I drag it onto the image here. There it is. It's a transparent PNG. It's actually the right size. And what that allows me to do with the transparent one is if I wanted to have a different background, for instance, I could tell it that I wanted it to be, not that I'd probably do this, but let's just do something like that. Okay. And maybe I don't want this to be sized exactly to the edge. And this is a very basic graphic editor, but I can go in and create a text box and say, creating, let's see, optimal image sizes for WordPress, or something like that, right? And we'll choose a font that one of the Google fonts we kind of like is, surprised it wasn't added, Syncopate. So we'll add that. Let me go a bit larger. 48. Okay. Nothing fancy. I'm not particularly fond of it, but whatever. I just wanted to show you because now all I need to do, and this is just Facebook images, because of course I can create several in this document if I wanted to, and I could add some other things to it, but all I need to do now is go here to the file menu and download as a PNG or JPEG file. So I download it as a JPEG file. There it is. And there it is, ready to be shared. So once I upload that to my blog. Now, Canva, very similar. Canva has some more filtering options. So if I go to Canva, I can say this is the basic screen once you set things up. Use custom dimensions, brings up this. I say 1200 by 630 pixels, design it. Brings me into the Canva design tool. And they've got a number of kind of cooler features when it comes to what you can do with images. So first of all, they have a number of images you can search for. So I could say computer if I wanted. Now the images range anywhere from free to $1 for you to use them. So you see some basic free images, and then it gets into $1 images. So if you use that image, it marks it kind of as a watermark unless you pay $1 to output the image. But the basic tools still work, and so I can size this image, and I could stretch it out and make it kind of oddly sized if I wanted. What I'll do is just do this. Take it right off the canvas, so there you go. There's our image. And we can do some of the same things. Now we can upload our own images, but they have pre-built text elements that you can throw on top of them. They also have filters that can go on these images. And you could choose one of these filters to augment the photo. If you wanted. So kind of like Instagram filters, as it were. Alright, and then I could add text to the item as well, so we can then and we still have the watermark there, so we would have to, of course, deal with that at some point. I can move my image where I want it to be. And of course, resize it or choose some other font face. They provide quite a few. And I just size it. Now, not a great color. You have some basic colors that they provide. And then the ability to go into more custom colors here and augment your color quite a bit. And then you can describe this image. And you have the ability to share it and add a new page of the same dimensions and ultimately download the image here. And if you want that watermark removed, you'd have to pay the $1 for that image. But you can also, once again, upload your own images. So these are two tools, and then that image would be ready for sharing on Facebook. So these are both tools. This one here, Canva, which gives you some filtering options and the ability to search for other images, or Google Slides and even Google Images does much the same thing as a way to create images. So this is just a couple free utilities you can use to create your images for your social sharing. It's really an effective way to do this without spending a whole lot of money. Hopefully you find that helpful. Thanks.